Are you ready? Are you here? It's Tuesday night, and that means another edition of I Didn't Know That, presented by Stoffer Mortgage and starring Mike Stoffer, Karaoke Bob, Miss Susie, the Wine Professor, Mark Seibert, and tonight's special guests. Once I have the graphic up, there's Mark. Handsome. It's been stabbed in the back, it looks like. or somewhere else. Whatever it is, it looks uncomfortable. And starring stars of the U.S. Air Guitar Championships. Now, let's please welcome Mike Stoffer, the Wine Professor, Miss Susie, and me. It's I Didn't Know That.
Should we all start talking now, Bob, or do we wait for the music to end? I mean,
no, you can talk over the music.
I always feel like I'm competing against something with you, and you're either over me with the music or with just everything that you do. So, Bob, good evening. Good to see you.
Good evening. Good to see you.
I love your T-shirt.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any dates set yet?
We do, and I'll find out for you by the end of the show. We have a.
Don't you think that you should know this?
We are coming back to the Music Box Supper Club in Cleveland for a Sunday brunch. July 25th. I did know that.
Excellent.
I don't even need to look that up. So that's our first show back, and well, at that point it'll be a year and a half. Since our last show. We played our last show in March of last year, right before everything kind of ground to a halt at the what the heck is the name of that place? Really cool spot over in Broadview Heights. The
cool spot in Broadview Heights.
Cool spot in Broadview Heights.
Bob, if I may, we have people logging in. We have Kim McBride saying hello.
Hello, Kim McBride.
Bobby Pickens, our Bobby, as we like to call her. Mm-hmm. Deirdre says, great audio mic. It might be with this person working the microphone. The person last week that had the mic. You know, we had to give that person her own special studio.
It had been shoddy for a couple of weeks. So
yes, I know. Susie, we love your hat. Brian Dunn. Hey, Brian, how are you? So, you know what? It's great to have everybody on here, and we're really looking forward to this evening's show. We have a lot of fun lined up, Bob. So, moving in stereo, July
25th, Music Box Supper Club, downtown Cleveland. If you haven't seen a concert there, it's a really cool, intimate venue. The food is spectacular. And I think usually the Sunday brunches are a buffet, but because of the ongoing pandemic, you'll order off of a menu. But I think that is all included in the ticket price.
I did see a show. I saw Mr. Paul Gilbert there a couple of years ago. It was a phenomenal show.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh yeah, so we already have some fans showing up for U.S. Air Guitar. Brian, absolutely, we're going to have some fun tonight, Brian. So you hold on there. It's going to be a blast. These guys are a lot of fun. So we will. I'll stop fumbling around right now and let Bob, who can talk, take over. So Bob, don't we want to say hello to our first guest? Excellent, Bob. Carry on.
Yes.
Carry on in your continued manner. We have a new segment that is called Miss Susie's Coffee Chat.
You know, we never talked about this before we went on air. You just dropped it on me. Let's bring in our first guest. We didn't even have an order. I knew that we had a half hour to cover before the air guitar champs jump on with us. So don't make it like it's my fault.
It is your fault because I did talk to you and you don't listen. I think Angelina talked to me about this in private. By the way, Mark Seibert did this graphic. Excellent job, Mark. I like the Weaver School, Weaver Child Development Center in there.
I have.
Well done.
Can I take exception with it a little bit? It's a coffee chat logo without a cup of coffee, or even a coffee bean, or even a barista.
We would like to say hello to Tiger Claw. I think you're going to be a lot of fun, Tiger Claw. I love that name, by the way. So we are going to have Miss Susie, who has a let's take this graphic off. Hang on, I'm doing too many things. Susie, you have a degree in counseling, correct?
I do.
Okay. So, and you are a principal of a school. You run your own private school called Weaver Child Development Center.
That's correct.
And you guys have a phenomenal teaching style called Reggio Emilio.
Yeah. It's
Did I pronounce that right?
That is correct. We have a Reggio approach to teaching. Yes. And so I lead these little coffee chats with my parents. It's a little bit of a perk with the school, and I do coffee chats. Bob, are you listening?
Yeah, I figured I would get this wine open and get it breathing while you were talking. I'm listening.
I'm just checking.
I'm paying attention.
So I do.
Because Bob needs to listen to this, right, Susie?
He does, because this is very important. So I do coffee chats at the school for the, parents and families at the school, and so tonight it's just a coffee chat moment. So Bob, Mike told me I could only have like 5 minutes. Whatever.
Or
right?
25. It's fine.
It's fine. He said 5. So I pulled some stuff. So Bob, are you paying attention?
Yes, I am. I am paying attention. Don't let this. I've got to get it breathing.
So I am taking, like an hour coffee chat and putting it into 5 minutes. And my topic is 7 places to pause for more peace in your life.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew you'd love this.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the perception is when people are really overwhelmed with things, everything seems overwhelming, even the time to take for a little peace. When you like very quick timeouts can make a huge difference in your psyche.
Yep.
Huge.
You are right. Huge. You are so right. So I thought this would be good for tonight, especially because we're going to pause for a moment with me, and then we're going to get crazy with the air guitar guys, right? Mm-hmm. I can hear you pouring your wine. So Bob, I actually had to make notes because Mike was like, you got 5 minutes, you have to move quickly. So I was like, oh. Okay,
all right, let's go. We can do this.
Here we go. Okay. So I made notes. So, excuse me if I have to read from them. Okay. So basically, most of us sometimes have you reacted from a place of anger or exhaustion, Bob?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Have you ever looked back on your day and realized that you checked your phone or your device like 100 times just out of habit, boredom, or anger?
Yeah, maybe not anger so much. I don't get angry a lot, but I do get, not bored. I do it actually to kind of take a break from what I'm doing. But yeah, so, just because. Oh, wake up. Where's my phone?
Oh, there's Mark. Hi, Mark. Yeah. So
hello.
Did you know?
I got a beer while my wine breathes.
There you go. Pause. There are consequences.
Multitasking.
Okay, listen, you guys.
Sorry.
There are consequences if you do not take the time to pause. Did you know that? We get busy, tired, distracted, and we forget to pause, and there are consequences to that. So when you forget to pause, you lose clarity, you hurt people, you feel rushed, right? You overlook beautiful moments, you become more distracted, okay? So I'm going to give you 7 places where you can pause for more peace in your life, okay?
Okay.
And you have to prioritize. So the whole point of this is to prioritize the pause, okay? So number 1, you ready? Pause and conversation, okay? So sometimes we are in conversation with other people and we talk over them instead of actually listening and hearing their words. And sometimes we sit with people we love and we actually miss what they're saying. So the first one is to pause in conversation. So when you're sitting with someone, actually sit and listen to them, okay? So that you can hear the message that they're delivering.
What a concept.
Yeah, simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
So be present with them, okay? And also the other thing that goes along with that, don't be afraid of the silence. sometimes when we sit with people, we're afraid to just kind of be silent with them. We think we have to fill that silent piece with words. It's okay to sit with someone and sit in silence. And if you can sit in silence with someone, that's really cool.
Yeah, it shows a comfort because if you can sit in silence with someone, usually there's that, if you're not super comfortable with who you're with, you feel like you need to fill that space, fill that time, or you're worried about what they're thinking because they're quiet. When you really know somebody, when you get to that point, you're not really, it's not that you don't care, it's that you know what they're thinking, and it's not anything negative. Yeah. It's just they're comfortable, like right now.
Absolutely.
I'm going to sit
now.
in silence.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Bob, sit in silence. Number 2, pause before you pick up the phone. Okay. So many times, I always say, like, sometimes when your cell phone rings, we always think we have to answer it immediately. Or if we get a text, we have to answer it immediately. You don't need to, pause before you respond.
I got that one down. Ask Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, we don't always have to respond right away, Yeah. Number 3. Oh, I love this one. Pause pre-purchase. Okay. So, and I love this idea. So try shopping for 30 days on paper. Okay. And what that means is, so you take 30 days and you're just out and about, and you see different things that you want to purchase. Try writing those items down with the purchase price on a piece of paper. Okay. And then at the end of the 30 days, total that amount. Okay. And then look at that and see, what do you truly need? What can't you live without? Because I know there are certain shoes that I cannot live without. Like, honest to goodness, if I'm thinking about a pair of shoes for those 30 days, I better purchase those after the 30 days. But what's really cool, if you shop on paper for 30 days and write down those amounts, and I've done this before, and you look at the total and you go, whoa, do I really want to spend $800 on all of these items? Okay. I'm throwing out an amount, and
that guitar right there was an exercise in patience in purchasing. I actually I didn't make the decision right away. I got super high and I spent like an hour with it in the music store before I put it in layaway and then bought it over time. And then
so you paused.
Yeah. I did pause.
Yes.
Yes.
I get it. So pause before purchase. Okay.
Yep.
All right. The other thing is to pause when you wake up. Okay. So I believe in creating a meaningful morning routine, whatever that is, because I feel like it starts your day off positively. Okay. So whatever that may be for you. So myself, I like to start my day with a delicious cup of coffee. And yes. And I pause and I wake up and I sit in bed, I drink my coffee, and however that may be, I may check emails or whatever, but I need to pause before I jump up out of bed and start the day. And that and that starts my day off right. So pause when you wake up. Okay. That's number 4. So then, and we'll do a quick review at the end. Okay. So number 5.
In other words, Bob,
you'll
have your time.
Yes. So pause. Well, no, I love your interaction. So pause after you're hurt. So the worst time to react to someone is when you're feeling hurt. Okay. So instead of quick reaction to someone when you're feeling hurt, you need to pause in silence so that you don't react with something that could actually put fuel on the fire and bring more hurt to the situation. So pause when you're feeling hurt, okay? Because you need to craft your response so that you can react in a very clear mindset sort of way.
And I think the hardest time to do that is if you're with your significant other, right? Because it's always you hurt the ones you love the most. But we've really and it's really good to set it up when you're not angry, like, hey, if we ever get this way and I say, hey, look, give me a minute, just back off for a little bit and then we'll come revisit it later, because we give each other time to process that. So sometimes you can make that pause a collaborative thing, especially when it comes to a relationship, to discuss those things beforehand. That way, when you're in the heat of the moment, you can keep your wits about you. You can build that pause in, and everybody's respectful of it.
Yep. I love that, because you know what? That is, I always hate that phrase when people say, you hurt the ones you love the most, because unfortunately it is true, but we need to change that, because we should not hurt the ones we love the most. So by saying, listen, let's pause for a moment and come back and talk about this, then you're not going to hurt that person.
Yeah.
And I think, that phrase comes from, because when you're with the ones that you love, you feel most comfortable. And that's why you can kind of let loose,
Right.
You don't mean to be hurtful, but it comes off that way. But if you can, once words are out there, you can't take them back. And that's right.
And if anybody has been hurt by words, that to be true. So, let that kind of educate your behavior of, knowing what that feels like to be hurt by words, and know, you know what, I'm going to be very, very careful about the words that I put into this situation. Yeah. So that way you don't cause hurt, because it's whatever's happening is difficult enough. So let's try not to make it personal, even when it's kind of close. Yep. It's a skill. It's a skill. Absolutely.
So number 6 is pause during a meal. Okay. So, I wrote down in my notes, what happened to lingering? I feel like, we take all this time to create a meal, and then we sit down and we eat so quickly. So I think it's important to play music while you're eating together, light a candle, if you enjoy, having a glass of wine with dinner, savor that, make eye contact with one another when you're eating your meal with your family or with your loved one. And, enjoy that time together, that pause time together, to enjoy your conversation. I think that it's very good to feed your soul. And I think it's very valuable, and it's an investment in your relationship. It creates connections and memories. Mark, stop it. Why are you laughing? Mark.
I'm not laughing. I was laughing at myself. I was pausing and I laughed at myself.
You guys, this is good stuff.
I don't think Mark was responsible for putting himself up there.
I don't have
folks,
controls.
we are beyond 5 minutes, so
oh, stop it. Okay.
Why? What's next? Guys, what do you got planned?
Here you go. Put him on a pause. Okay, number 7. Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing.
Thank you. Pause. This is a good one. I made some notes. Pause when you are holding on. So I'm going to read this one. So whether it's stuff, emotions, or the need to be right, pause and consider the reason for your tight grip. How would it feel to take a deep breath and simply let go? We need to pause for more peace. Pause with a deep breath, a long walk, or by writing down your thoughts. We need to create space for ourselves, because peace is only a pause away.
Peace is just a pause away.
So, pause in conversation, pause before you pick up your phone, pause pre-purchase, pause when you wake up, pause after you are hurt, pause during a meal, and pause when you are holding on, because more peace is only a pause away. There you have it, Bob.
Perfect.
Peace in the pause.
Yeah. So in your morning routine, because I think morning sets a precedent for the entire day, right?
I agree.
So Miss Susie, what's your morning routine?
My morning routine is I enjoy coffee in bed, and I like to read and sip my coffee. There you go. I like to read and drink my coffee before I have to rush out the door to work.
I make my coffee making is kind of part of the pause, I think. I do French press typically, which takes some time. It's a process. I don't know if anybody's made French press.
Yep.
Oh, it's really the best. It's so good, but it takes about 10 minutes to make it, and there are a lot of steps, so it's kind of nice. And then I'll make breakfast for everybody, and
yeah, I love that.
Kind of gets my day started.
Can I give an extra bonus pause, Bob? I know Mike wants to rush me out of here, but I have an extra bonus pause this is for parents and guardians of children, and I've given this pause tip to parents, and it seems to work. So it just came to mind. So I have parents that'll say their kids get in the car after work or after school or what have you, or picking them up from daycare, and they start fighting in the car or whatever. And I told them, I said, I want you to try something. When they're bickering with one another, I want you to pull off to the side of the road, and I want you to pause. And you're going to pull off, and you're not going to say a word, and you're just going to sit there. You're going to sit in your car. You're going to shut it off and not say a word. And it's hard for parents because they want to be like, blah, blah, I'm like, don't talk. So you're going to pause in silence. And the kids, you know what the kids do? They stop.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, they're like, what is going on?
I believe I seem to remember doing that with my kids. It's either I pulled off. No, I pulled off to the side of the road and I yelled at them.
Yeah, that, Bob, guess what?
Okay.
Pause. That's not a pause, and it does nothing. So when you pull off to the side of the road and you sit in silence, and the kids are like, whoa, because they're uncomfortable, and you just interrupted a pattern in their behaviors, right? So that pause, and then what you do when they quit fighting, you don't say a word. You don't say, oh, see, did you learn a good lesson? You don't talk. You guess what you do? You start up the car and you pull away. And you drive. And they're like, they start to think about it and process it. Okay. And then if they start again, you pause again. It's actually the power of the pause. There's a lot of power in the pause.
What about the pause of turning around? We're going to turn this thing around and go home right now.
Bob, no. No, Bob. No.
I'm turning this show around and we're going home.
Bob, no.
Okay.
Bob, it's probably time to pause now because I think it's time to transition to our next segment.
Okay. What is our next segment there, Mr. Stoffer?
As always, Miss Susie, great advice. Thank you very much for your
great
wisdom,
job,
which is
Miss
all very
Susie,
good.
great job.
Nice.
Great job, Miss Susie, great job. Your segment's over. Cheers.
Well, next up we have our wine professor, Jared Gray, who is always heavenly to have on the show. And the giggles are provided by that guy right there, just in case you guys can hear it. You can't see it.
Oh, great.
Also this guy as well.
I like
don't know
that
why
one
it's
better.
March 23rd. No. So, Jared, what do we have today wine-wise?
Well, first, let's go back real quick because Susie got a chance to taste.
Not that one.
Not that way.
That is Mark prepping for his wine enema.
I'm breaking into one of your houses and stealing that.
Mark, do you want it to be off?
I'm pausing.
I'll get it off. Okay, good. Thank you. Time to pause.
I'm going to download
thinking about my words.
Yes. That is going to be around forever.
So, Susie, what did you think of the True Grit Petite Syrah from last week?
Well, Jared, you know what I'm gonna say. It was very chewy.
Oh,
very good, very good.
But honest to goodness, I love the flavor of it. It was very different, and it did have a nice flavor to it. I liked it.
Is this your first Petite Syrah? Have you ever had one before?
I haven't had one in a long time. So it was my first time to have a Petite Syrah in a long time. And so I did notice a different flavor to it. And it was, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think, Mark, you've tried this before at some point, right?
Yeah, and it's a good wine. In fact, it doesn't taste like I think it would taste. Just with the labeling, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Bob's
Bob-
drinking it now.
Bob's
Drinking it right now.
You're
Bob,
drinking it
what
right
do you-
now?
what do
Yeah,
you
I
think?
got
Give
all
us your-
confused. I thought we were doing a wine tasting tonight, so I sent I sent Mrs. Karaoke Bob out to find this bottle
I
of wine
love
for
that.
me. And
Hey, that's all right. We'll just have more wine.
well, yeah, we got 2
more
bottles,
wine
and I
next
think
week.
she's going to rather enjoy it because it's very smooth drinking. To me, it's pretty fruit forward. The tannins come late,
Yep.
and it's really you don't have to think too much with it. It's really easy to enjoy. And what was it, like $19, something like that? It wasn't
16, I
$14,
believe.
Yeah.
somewhere
Like
around
16,
there. So
yeah.
Bobby, it is a dry wine, but because of its fruit forward, it doesn't kind
Correct.
of punch you the way you would think of a dry
Correct.
wine kind of hitting you. And it's I've been enjoying it. It was a palate cleanser after my Elegant Ness Amber Lager. which
Oh.
is
Oh, okay. All
also
right.
very delicious. I've had a Petite Syrah before. It had been a while, and I'd had a Petite Sarah once too. And
Was she
Oh.
Durfee?
Wait
She
for
was-
it. Wait
yeah,
for
she
it.
was-
Pause.
she
Pause.
was Durfee. A slightly different flavor.
Chewy.
Jared, I forgot the word Durfee. Yes,
That's
it was,
right.
Yes, it was
Yes.
Chewy and Durfee, of course.
Yes.
So are we ready for next week's wine? We're actually
So-
going to do
so-
next week on the air, right? We're going to actually
Correct.
next week is the week we drink on the air. So cool.
So I have a wine here that we're going to do next
Ooh.
week on April 20th. So you have 1 week to find this wine from either me or whatever's close to you. This is Las Vascos 2020 Rosé. So I told you before that rosés are starting to roll out the new fresh vintages, and this is one. So we're gonna do this one next week. It runs $9.99, so I do have it at my store. You might find it at. You might be able to find it at Giant Eagle or Bueller's near you if you're not able to come into HomeBuys. But a little bit about this wine before we move on to the air guitar, guys, because I know that's why everyone's here. So this wine, so I was unable to get a really good map because it's almost too busy, these maps of the Chilean wine country. But just for your information, so those who do not know, Chile is a very long, skinny country in South America that runs along the coast, very narrow in width. But the wine or grape growing region is right in the middle. So that's the wine growing region. And this particular wine comes from the Colchagua Valley, which is a subregion of the Central
Colchagua.
Valley. Colchagua. Kind of sounds
Colchagua.
Indian, doesn't it?
Yeah, Colchagua. You have to
Yeah.
almost to swallow that G.
Yeah, Colchagua. So
Colchagua.
it comes from that region. This particular rosé is made from Syrah, Cab, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Mourvedre. So this rosé is going to be dry. It's full-bodied rosé, and we'll talk about the taste and the aromas next week when we actually drink it. And if you are able, I would probably pair a cheese with it, and I would recommend something a little bit on the creamy side, such as Havarti or a goat cheesed Gouda would be good.
I had
Feta.
some goat Gouda. Yeah.
Feta might be good, or a Swiss cheese called Appenzeller, if you're familiar with that. It's it's like a mountain cheese that's a little bit on the creamier side that has some herbs, kind of natural herbs in it from the cows. But that would be a good pairing. So get that, $9.99, and we will taste that next week. And we'll drink it all together. We'll talk a little bit about the aromas and the taste and the color, and kind of like we did last month with our wine of the week.
What was the cheese from a couple of weeks ago? The Merchado, the
Manchego.
Manchego.
Manchego,
I
yeah.
saw those. I saw some Manchego at Grandpa's Cheese Barn in Ashland over the weekend.
Okay. Did you grab it?
I'd never been in there. No, I had already spent $125 on cheese before I saw it. So, I mean, there was some beef jerky in there too, but
Hey, Jared.
so I kind of
Man-
I
man
had to pause.
Jared.
Constipated.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone asked, what's the difference between a rosé and a white Zinfandel?
So White Zinfandel, real quick before we get those guys on, White Zinfandel was created by accident. A true Zinfandel is a very full-bodied, rich, dry red wine. Not too dissimilar from a Petite Syrah. It still has some peppery notes to it, but not quite as strong as a Petite Syrah, but they're usually high in alcohol, usually very dark in color, dark raspberry fruit forwardness to it. But years ago, it was created on accident. They actually stopped the fermentation and skin contact weeks early and accidentally created this kind of semi-sweet pink rosé or blush wine. And this was done in California. So they bottled it and sold it. And there they invented White Zinfandel. So White Zinfandel is kind of a mistake. And the true grape and flavors of the grape are much different. So a true rosé is going to be dry, and a White Zinfandel is going to be sweet to semi-sweet.
And what's the process with the rosé that makes it pink?
So you only allow the juice to have a little bit of skin contact with the grape skins, and then you remove it. So just sometimes it's only a couple hours, sometimes it's a couple days, depending on the grape, the region, what kind of style they're going for.
Gotcha.
But that would be the difference.
Skin contact.
Skin contact, yep.
We knew that would get your attention, Bob.
Yep.
All right. So thank you, Jared. We look forward to next week's wine tasting. We hope everybody will go out and buy that. Also check on the on our Facebook page, because Deirdre will be posting the wine and the wine pairing recommendations. And so we will be doing that next week. With in addition, while I'm talking about next week, we'll also have Gregory Nicholas back, the psychic medium. He's going to come back and offer some more training on spirit. So thank you, Jared. And
thank you.
Next up, we have with us the two gentlemen from the U.S. Air Guitar Championships, which are going to be showing on Twitch on the Midwest area, Saturday, April 24th, the Southern on Saturday, May 1st. Western part is going to be May 15th, also a Saturday, and the Eastern part will be on May 22nd. I think this is just, I was just really pleased to find these guys, to talk with them.
This is amazing.
I mean, I am just really excited to bring these two on. Why don't we just, without further ado, we have Justin Hypes. Justin, how are you?
Hey.
Look at him over there.
What's going on, Justin?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Hey, man, I got that shirt. I don't have that jacket, but I got that shirt. That shirt doesn't fit anymore thanks to COVID, but sooner or later I'll get back into it. But
you gained the COVID-19.
Well, like maybe put an exponent on the 19.
Too much agua.
Yeah, too much from Manchego. Yeah.
And Justin doesn't realize this, but the next half of the U.S. Air Guitar said, you got to put Justin on first. I got to come on last because I won the U.S. Air Guitar Championship in 2013. He's a very important guy. We have with us Lieutenant Face Melter also. There he is. How are you, Face Melter?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
It is great to have you on. And again, I just want to kind of reiterate, I had the good fortune of talking to these two last Thursday, and I could still be talking to them. So
we're really fun.
Great conversation.
Here's what we're going to do. So a couple of little things before we get into this. We're going to have our own little air guitar championship tonight on the air. Okay. Cool. And we're going to have Face Melter versus Hypes versus Karaoke Bob.
Yes.
Okay. And the judges are going to be me, Miss Susie, the wine professor, and Mark Seibert.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong picture.
No, it's right. It's not.
That is
my mother is watching.
That is Mark sitting on an air guitar neck.
So before we get to this, what we want to do is lay a little groundwork on what is the U.S. air guitar and lay us down some rules. So go ahead, gentlemen, fill us in before we have our big competition. See, it's easy to go the opposite direction, isn't it? Oh, and by the way, just so those of you that are interested, I am going to be running all their information on the bottom, how to get in touch with them and how to watch their performances coming up on the 24th, May 1st, May 15th, May 22nd on Twitch. So there you go. Go ahead, gentlemen. Take it away.
That's awesome. Thanks so much, Mike. Thanks so much, Hypes. I will keep going to the wrong direction this whole show because I don't understand how mirrors work. So U.S. air guitar started in 2003 with the one goal in mind of finding the greatest air guitarist in the country. And believe it or not, there is an air guitar world championships held in Finland every year. So every year since 2003, we scour the country looking for the greatest air guitarist to send to this competition. And it's judged on a number of different things. It's really, technical merit. Does it look like you're actually playing the notes to some degree? Like, are you hitting the power chords when you're supposed to? Are you playing a solo when you're supposed to? Stage presence, do you belong entertaining a crowd of people, or are you better locked in your mom's basement in your underwear where you normally do it every day? And then finally, Hypes, you want to tell us a little bit about what we think airness is?
It is the je ne sais quoi, if you will, of air guitar. It's a branch of stage presence in my mind. So if you have the crowd engaged, you got the eye contact, you have them, they're a part of this. That is airness to me.
It's wonderful. And we take those three things and we have a panel of judges that uses that criteria to find the greatest air guitarist. And traditionally our competitions are broken into 2 rounds. So the first round is you get to do 60 seconds of any song you want. And you can cut it any way you want. It could be any song. It could be 60 seconds of a crowd cheering and 2 notes played on a guitar, which was a real routine that someone did this year. Shout out to
That's awesome.
Kansas City.
That's actually awesome because you can walk around the stage, interact with this is what I love about so I play the actual real physical instrument.
A their guitar.
Their guitar. Yeah. It's a their guitar.
I play a their guitar, but here's what I love. I also play air guitar, and this is why. Because you can really emote from a physical standpoint without having to think about actually getting the notes out. So, you have to when I'm on stage, I really try and get all the same things that I would love to do in a really good air guitar performance. But it's hard because you can screw up pretty bad. You're limited.
There is you saw the dates coming up. There are a couple spots left. I highly encourage you to compete.
Can we get some chatter going down here in Facebook on whether or not we want to see Karaoke Bob enter one of our air guitar competitions?
God. So interestingly enough, I played in a band with a guy for a long time, and then he moved away, but he continued to create music. He actually wrote a song for me, imploring me to do an air guitar competition. Can you believe that?
How long ago was that?
I want to say it was probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I have it if you'd like to hear a little bit of it.
That'd be amazing.
I went and found it. I'm like, oh my God, we're having air guitar champions here. Yes.
You need to air guitar though, right? You're air guitaring to this.
Yeah, well, no, because there's no real guitar in it, interestingly enough, because he's not a guitar player.
That one style. But
the guitar solo that I think Mike sent you guys that we're using for the competition is one of my actual improvised guitar solos from a show, which is
you on guitar.
That is me on guitar.
Dude, you shredded.
Right.
It was awesome.
Thank you. But I wasn't able to. I mean, I interacted with it because you could hear some of the crowd noise when I was doing things. I was like, and they're going. But then I had to concentrate and really think.
And that's what makes air guitar so much fun, right? Is it really is a departure from what is actually possible. We don't want to see people play things note for note. That's boring, right? Yeah. You want to see people who can throw a guitar up in the air and catch it, do a somersault, attempt a backflip. Attempt a backflip, not land a backflip. Nobody wants to see a backflip landed on stage. You just want to see it failed. It's much more fun that way. But it's doing things like that make it a more exaggerated art form in itself. And that's why air guitar shows are so much fun.
If I attempted a backflip, I would probably do the next competition in traction. So,
which, hey, that might be first time ever done.
Yep.
Yeah. And then just have somebody, I'll just be on a hand truck and somebody can just wheel me around the stage.
I mean, go watch Air Guitar Nation if you haven't already. There's a guy who does a similar bit.
Really?
That's what I love about air guitars. Like, people have all these great ideas. I'm just like, yep. I'm like, people have either done that, or if they haven't, we want to see it. Like, there's no rules, and just get out there and have fun.
I think
all right.
It came out like Silence of the Lambs, but with a dolly or something like that.
Yeah.
With a hand truck.
That's so great.
Yeah. I mean, it's a diverse crowd. Let's put it that way.
I would try and like to incorporate Bob Motz's Jet Kenworth that you usually see on Sunday. But I don't know if there's any way that you can incorporate a Jet Kenworth, but I would try.
Oh,
so
that's a
don't
great
let that stop you. In fact, we still want to see it. We're not going to leave the show until we can push you into a competition. I think
because
that's
it'd really truly be face melting.
Yes.
I think so. I think you have the chops, you have the fun. Your karaoke Bob, which is 1K away from karaoke Bob. I mean,
we're unlocking things right
Wow.
now. The wheels are already turning. This is what we like to see.
Oh my God! I already have my stage name. Hang on,
You're getting closer every minute.
Oh my God! This is nuts. Oh wait a second, what's happening? I went into full screen.
Chewraka, Tiger Claw, Van Damage, Fanner Nation, Blaze.
Hey, Bob, could you just focus on talking, and I'll put the things up on as we need them. All right, because I don't know what you're doing. What's going on now?
Hey, just wait.
You guys need a technical difficulty screen.
No,
yeah, we do. Hang on a second. Well, let's put up a screen
There
while
we go.
Bob is. Let's put up a screen. We'll put up some screens while Bob is trying to figure out this stuff.
No, I figured it out. It was all I was trying to do was change my name. That's great.
It's okay. Karaoke Bob. I like that. Yeah,
There it
that's
is.
good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Yep. So I'll just scroll while you're. Bob, you got this all figured out yet?
That's better than being 1-0 away from Bobo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say karaoke boob.
Karaoke boob would be great.
We could call you Titty
I
Nose.
would the karaoke boob than karaoke Bob. But.
I would probably be all right with karaoke boob, which is cool, but karaoke Bobo. Then I could do a clown thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the scoring system, guys? So when you guys do our competition, what goes from 0 to what?
Oh, it actually does not start at 0. That's the fun thing about air guitar scoring is that it's comparative to the old style Olympic figure skater scoring scale of 4.0 to 6.0. So in 1/10 increments. So 4.0 is the absolute worst possible score you can give somebody. You never see 4.0s, right? Like, most people know what they're doing a little bit enough.
Right.
But, like, you
get 4 points, a point for
5.0.
being there, 2 for breathing, 3 for being able to move all your limbs, and 4 for opening your eyes.
Exactly.
And from everything from there is in 10th increments. Gotcha.
God, he gets it. He gets it.
So
One of the few things.
It's perfect, right? Because then you have it's a good scoring system, and you like to see people like coming in, like the higher scores are in that 5.8 to 6.0 range, right? Mm-hmm. So being able to score at that level usually gives you a berth into the second round, and gives you a chance at winning the title.
Awesome.
You're getting a lot of encouragement here, by the way, Bob.
Karaoke Bob. I mean, we've got it. You've got it now. Karaoke Bob.
I think May 15th is the Southern, whatever the Southern one is, Bob. Like, enter that one. You just film yourself for a minute shredding and send it to us, and that's it. That's all you got to do.
May 1st is the Southern.
May 1st. So by a week before then, do 1 minute cut.
1 minute cut.
If you're using your phone horizontally.
But yes, I know.
Yes.
Drives me crazy. People in their vertical phones.
And send it to us, and you're in.
I mean, when people held cameras back in the day, it was uncommon for them to go like this, like, oh, maybe I should get this one in portrait. Right. Shoot all the time like that. It was like the option. Now you have to re-educate people. All right, so I kind of want to see one of you guys do it before before I do it, because I have really no concept of what it.
Whoa, Bob!
what
What
it
you
should
did
be.
before we went on the air, what you did, I think you should go first
That's
because
just
what you
my
did.
natural.
But that's what you got to do.
habitat.
That
That's
was
karaoke
great.
Bob.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's you got karaoke Bob. You got to go first because I don't want these two guys to influence you.
Okay, all right, okay. I see. I see what you're saying. Now, I feel like it's almost a little unfair because I'm very familiar with this guitar solo since I played it for real.
Which is
At
why
one
you're
point.
going first. So we're going to level out the playing field by letting you
I'm
go
more
first.
excited to see somebody else interpret the airness of.
Okay,
of
so we
my-
got you. We got you right
All
now.
right, so we're gonna do this. We're doing this, huh?
And then we're going to bring our judges on after you. So judges, pay attention.
All right.
All right?
All right. This is this is right before Mr. Miyagi's getting his hands ready for the
I'll
knee.
play bass.
Get back in there.
I think that needed to be just a little louder, Bob.
I love how we
Just a little louder.
Just a smidgen.
Just a touch louder. I mean,
Oh, he
we'd be
already
good.
updated his
So-
name. Mark, what'd you think?
Was it bad?
I 5.0.
Oh my gosh!
That's halfway to a 6.
It's halfway to 6.
All right.
I pulled my headphones out halfway through and I couldn't hear anything.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like that you pointed it out though too. Like that you like I screwed up. I need help.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of sweet moves in there, karaoke Bob. Good update to the name. I would say I would give that a solid 5.5.
Oh my God.
Wow, from the
That's-
professional of 5.5.
That's high praise.
That's good. That's good. Yep.
Okay.
We got Jared. What did you give?
Well, I'm going to say, Bob, you should have recorded the one you did beforehand because I'd
Really?
give that a
I
5.6.
felt that was
I'd
just
give
a
that a
warm up.
5.6.
I felt that what I just did now was better.
I felt the warm up was better. 5.6 for the warm up, 5.1 for the performance on stage.
All right.
Oh man,
Wine.
tough crowd here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's and Susie.
Wow. You know, Bob, the spin in the chair did it for me. It's a 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Perfect score
Yeah, I
for
love
a
that
TV
spin.
performance.
The spin was so good.
And it also ruined everything because it.
Oh, I love it.
You know this
No,
cable
it's
gets
authentic.
shorter when you spin it around.
It was raw, organic, authentic. The spin, it was great.
Right.
It was worth it.
Yeah,
I'm stealing it. I'm just saying right now.
And
I'm stealing
I
that
tried to
moment.
play as much with my eyes as I did with
Yeah,
my.
I loved it.
Miss
I like
Susie's
you
got
took
the
a
judging on
risk,
it.
Bob.
Yeah.
You took a risk, and it was awesome.
Thank you.
It paid off to Susie.
Yeah, it did.
I agree with the wine professor. The pre-show one was really good because he turned the jello when he was doing it earlier. It was really good.
Yes.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give him a 5.6.
All right.
So I thought that was very good. I thought he did a great
good
job. We
first
had some
round
good.
score.
Yeah. So I really like that. So Who wants to go number 2?
Well, I'll go next with Face Melter. I don't think did you score Karaoke Bob?
I don't think Face Melter scored. I'd like to hear Face.
Oh.
I'm
I didn't know I was
interested.
allowed to judge.
I'm interested in the actual, professionals when it comes to this to see how.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hypes hit it on the nose, man. Double nickels, 5.5. It was right there. You showed energy, you got into it. I think what I liked is like you really went for it at one point, and of course that's when you pulled the cord out of your headphones. But like Susie said, high risk, high reward. I think that's got to be recognized.
Yeah, Miss Susie's got the eye for judging. I think
Thank you.
I really liked your commentary there. It was spot on.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank
Well,
you.
I mean, as I've done my entire music career, I do it for the chicks anyway, and you see, it worked. I got a 6.
Finally paid off.
Hey, listen, I don't give 2 shits what you dudes think.
That's fair. I've heard that my whole life from most people
5.0.
I've met.
Right. Yeah, Mark. You know what I give a 6? I'll tell you what I give a 6. That right there. There it is. No, you know what? That's where I put my 5.0 right there.
That's our version of
3.0.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to live that one down, Mark. I'm sorry. We have those kind of pictures in our community, and they never go away.
I'm just
In fact,
going to
I'm going
ignore
to
it.
screen
I'm
grab that the
pausing.
next time I see it. I just might use it myself.
Even I was smart enough to give
Mark's
him a
gonna
high
pause.
score, Mark. I mean, come on.
Mark's pausing.
I'm pausing. I'm thinking.
Pause.
That was
All
my
right.
first time
Everybody
judging,
pause.
so that's my first time.
That's fair.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that the guitar solo is a little loud?
It was.
It was a little loud. Why don't we do a sound check before you look?
Wow.
That's still
Well,
Do it again.
So is there going to be a delay from when I hear it and I play? Because that is.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's going to be a slight delay.
So would it help if I played it?
It would.
I
If
play
you
it
have
off.
it, do it.
Yep.
Yes,
I'm not going
absolutely.
to do anything. Let's just make a quick test here.
Perfect.
Ooh. Wait, can I test mine too then to see if mine registers as well?
Yeah.
Let's see.
No testing for you.
Is that good?
A little louder.
A little louder. Very good.
Very good. Yep.
All right, cool.
Now,
I
I
thought
would
that guy could've been
suggest for both of you, if you go into your camera and mic settings, go to audio, put the stereo audio on, and it should do less with the noise suppression.
I think you have to turn off echo cancellation, so I'll do that when I get on.
Yep, that'll help too. Turn that off, because that'll make sure that works.
Now you got
Oh, but now we've got echo.
yeah, now you know it's working.
Now we know it's working. Okay. So
another
who
test?
is that? All right, who's going to go first?
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go.
I will echo cancel for.
All right, we'll just mute. That's right. While Hypes is going, I won't talk, so we won't have the echo.
Here we go.
All right, you're in it.
Oh,
What happened?
What?
oh. I don't know.
Boo!
It just lit us
Oh.
up. Oh, I was in the zone too.
You were in the zone. You were doing great. Do you want to sort that out, and we'll go to?
It totally is. Whoa! It just stopped. I have no idea.
Face Melter did it.
Classic
Lieutenant?
Face Melter.
Do you want to go now and let Hypes figure it out?
Sure. Hold on 1 second.
Or wait.
Well, looks like he's got it.
I'm
All
back
right.
up. I have no idea where it's playing. I'm just gonna go.
I would just like to say karaoke, you're in trouble.
Oh, definitely. Hypes, you can turn your echo cancellation off now.
Yes, I shall. I shall.
Yeah, karaoke. It was fun while it lasted.
Oh, can I? Wow. Can I?
Is it off? Is it off?
Yeah. It's off. All
right, so let's do some scoring.
Let's do some scoring.
Go ahead, Bob. What do you give?
Go ahead, Bob. I thought it was being the. It's like, if you were doing a Van Halen solo, having Eddie judge how you emoted. I thought it was great. I love the going back and forth and tapping on both sides of the fretted note there. That's good. I thought the tongue wagging was okay. I'm gonna go 5.7 on it just because I don't have a concept of what a 6 is, except
you're about to see it.
Yeah. So
that's why he's a national.
So I want to leave Lieutenant Face Melter some room here but that was fantastic.
Classic first judge. You see, going.
It is, yeah, the first judge syndrome.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I'm interested what Susie has to say because she already gave a 6. There's nowhere else higher to go.
So you guys have to know that everybody's a winner in my world.
Sorry, Susie. We need.
All right. So, anyways, I'm just kidding
I just love you all for showing up, and you're all 6s.
You are.
Yeah, I just love you all.
Pretty much sounds like my dating career.
But Bob, I actually really mean it.
No, yeah, I understand.
You're all 6s. You're a 6. You're a 6. You're a 6. You're all great.
I think I'm okay with it. That's above a 5. So
yeah, because you know what, you guys haven't heard me yet.
He's got a there guitar.
Actually, I'm teasing. Okay.
All right. So is anybody tabulating the scores, or should I?
I'm tabulating them, Bob.
Okay. All right.
Yep. The wine professor, what do you got?
Oh, I'm going to give him a 5. 5.
5.
Oh,
Wow.
Wine professor's the stickler of the group. I like it.
I am.
He is the Russian judge, is what he is.
Wow.
Yes.
God.
Mark, how many giggles do we get for that?
5.7.
Oh.
Wow,
7,
5.7.
Oh.
I must break you.
Face Melter, what do you have over there?
I mean, Hypes, he plays it down, but this guy's been to several national finals. He's made the second round in the national finals. He's the host of the past several U.S. air guitar finals and has been involved since 2007. I mean, he's been around forever. Like, he knows what he's doing, and he's great at it. So I got to go 5.8.
Oh,
thank you, sir.
All right.
Face melter.
I am.
So that's how praise, considering he hasn't gone yet.
Like, you're a 6.0 to Susie. You can't top that.
He's your friend.
Yeah.
Hey,
I didn't give him.
There's no offense taken. This is you got to be
I would
fair.
say 5.8 is a great freaking score.
That is a great.
It's really taken the average up, considering he hasn't even gone yet. Because the safe thing for a guy who's voting and competing is like, I'll give it a 5.4 because it puts it recognizes the excellence while not really adding to the overall average.
It sounds like you would do that.
All right.
Yes.
Got him.
All right, carry on.
All right. And I've got to go. I'm going 5.8. I loved it.
5.8.
Absolutely loved it. I mean, he was, for not having any time, he was very spot on with your
on
licks. His timing was extremely good.
These guys are professional.
So I go 5.8. So you've got some pretty big shoes to fill, Lieutenant.
I'll do what I can.
And so
No biggie.
So Bob, we're gonna cue him up and wind him up.
He's
got his own cueing.
He's feeding it. All right.
All right.
So, Lieutenant Face Melter, echo cancel off.
Just a second. Let me see how this sounds. I got echo cam cranking the stereo now.
With the echo, it sounds like a great announcer.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That's good, and you've got a lot of bass response there too. A little
Turn it up a
the
little.
low end there.
Turn it
you
up.
can turn it up a little bit.
Turn it up. Okay.
Turn it up, man. It's freedom rock, dude.
Freedom. Oh, I really can't get that. There we go. Okay. How about this?
Please stand by. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah, nice.
Usually got that
Man,
drop.
that is amazing.
He's air as well. That's so good.
It's moving so fast you can't see him.
Just I was turning down the bass because I know that was pretty heavy. But that sounded okay to you guys?
It did.
Yep. Good.
I think it was awesome.
Great.
Susie, it's not time to give him a 6 yet.
That's Lieutenant Face Melter right there.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Hold on 1 second before he gets started here. Yes, I love this one. I haven't shown that one yet. Look
Oh.
Wow.
at that. That guy means business right there.
Wow.
My knees hurt just looking at that picture.
That is the highest I've ever jumped in my life. And don't let the picture fool you. It was about 4 inches off the ground. Professional photographers, it's all about shooting low, aiming high, and you look like
That's right.
Look like you can clear a super target.
What's that technique that they used on Jurassic Park? Something like perspective shooting or something like that. I don't know. Well, forget about it.
You get it. You get it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, you guys ready?
Lieutenant Face Melter, report for duty on the U.S. air guitar floor.
Okay. Get my mouse over here. There we go. Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we'll lose the echo cancellation and then we'll render our verdict.
Fan-fucking-tastic, man.
My God.
So
Well, I'm glad I was the prickly judge at the beginning, leaving myself some room to maneuver, because here's what I really liked. I liked how you used the field of view of the camera, and where, pushing the perspective, coming back, disappearing, coming out. I'm going to dock you a 1/10 of a point for plagiarism on my spinny chairs.
I told you I was steal it. I was very honest about that move. I was when I wanted it.
So, it is. It's an homage. I got to give that. There was really no flaw to it as far as the interpretation of it, especially using the props, using the camera. I got to give it a 6. I got to do it.
Thank you,
Well,
sir. It
all
means a
due
lot
respect to
coming from you.
Hypes, which was amazing too, but wow, the glasses, all the surprises were really cool. That was fun.
I agree.
That's what air guitar is all about. We always like to tell people, like, everyone needs what we call a holy shit move. It's where you're in your routine and then something happens and you hear someone from the crowd just yell, "Holy shit!" And we encourage everyone to have at least one. And, that's what makes performing air guitar better than their guitar, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, it was great disappearing and then slowly coming up. That was awesome.
Hypes, what are you giving him, Hypes?
There it is.
It's not the first time I've not given you a 6.0.
It's a true story that this man sent me to the national finals with a 6.0 in 2019. So
Nice.
much appreciated then, still appreciated now.
It's
Man.
well deserved, man. I'm not going to chintz it. I'm real. Man. I'm real. I would have given you a 5.3 if you did a 5.3 performance, but that's not.
And what does the Russian judge give us?
4.7.
If he dies, he dies.
I'm gonna go with a 5.9.
Oh,
Whoa!
You know, a lot of respect.
That's the holy
5'9".
shit move of this whole deal right there.
Yeah, wow. Wow,
I
wow,
respect
wow,
it.
Not the new guy named Bruno. And there he was.
Go ahead, Mark. What do you...
6, a total 6.
Yeah,
I
there we
liked
go.
the theatrics. I liked all, and it was good. 6,
Thanks, man.
definitely.
I love that.
She was a 10 in high school.
Susie, what I'd like to say to you is you set a trend because you
wanna
do
know
all
my
your 6s.
score?
Now everybody's following
Ready?
you.
okay.
Is she coming back? There she is. Yeah.
6.5.
Wow, breaking the score.
That's it.
6.5.
Thank you. If I see that Sal Thomas is in the chat, Saladin Thomas, aka Six String Sal, you should ask him how he feels about scores above 6.0 someday.
Okay, what's he say now? I want to know now. What's he say?
We'll see if he could give him a. That is 10 is pure dread. That his air guitar name is Dread Flanders,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Gotta love it.
and he is the current Denver champion.
Oh.
That's
There's a
awesome.
lot of great names out there. I mean, Bjorn to Rock was the host prior to me doing it.
Of course, it's Scandinavian. You gotta,
Cold Steel Renegade is a classic. Shreddy Mercury is another one. So start thinking of any air guitar pun. And
if I were Scandinavian air guitarist, I'd be Finish Him.
all right, there you go.
That's amazing. Oh my god, dude! I've never heard that one before, ever. That's a brand new one. That's beautiful.
And you start the song with Finish Him.
Finish Him. That's right.
Yes.
It's for sale.
Yeah. Can you sell that name as an NFT to our community? Exclusive rights.
That's right. Yeah. It's now my intellectual property, right? I don't know.
Bob, you're making strides tonight. I'll say that.
Well, the world championships are in Finland.
That's that's great. I'll dye my hair blonde, and I'll become Finish Him.
That's amazing. I want to see it. I mean, Bob, you're making it harder and harder to escape competing this season. I'm just going to say that. Like, you're really, really close.
If we get 15 people in the chat room to say that you should compete, will you do it?
Oh man,
I think we're beyond that. I think they've been saying that the whole hour. Even before you guys came on, they were like, Bob's got to compete. Bob's got to compete.
Yep. We can get everyone to type that in the chat so we can start flashing those chats up on the stream.
Yeah.
I just want to see them in front of my face. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to screenshot this and we're going to put it on our Twitch show. We're going to put it on our website. And then you're not going to be able to escape it unless you want to just live your life knowing that you had a chance at glory and you didn't take it.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold, Lieutenant.
Do it, Bob. Do it.
We already got 3. Bob compete.
I think-
They're just
I'm pretty
streaming
sure-
in.
I'm pretty sure that Stoffer Mortgage would stake my flight and it would sponsor me. Yeah, Finish Him, sponsored by Stoffer
Stoffer
Mortgage.
Mortgage.
There we
That's
go. Bob, you're in, buddy. You're in.
Pay for my
We'll
Finnish
make some
hotel.
arrangements. We got some contact info. We'll hit up the right people.
Hey, man, I got TSA pre-check. I got a passport. I'm ready to go.
I like that you think you're going somewhere when this is an online competition, but I like
No, I'm going to go to Finland, but I'll do it virtually.
okay, that's fair. Yeah, it's to be determined if Finland will host the championship this year because of COVID, but that is always the end goal. You have the right mindset for sure. It's Finland or bust every season.
That's amazing.
Yep. So competing would just entail of just filming yourself for 1 minute and sending it to either of us. That's all you need to do.
That's all I need to do.
Bob.
1 minute.
That's it.
That's actually less than the solo we just played. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
easier.
because I think that was like, what, 105, something like that? 105.
Yeah, it was
1
105,
minute.
yeah.
Jeez, do it.
I always break the rules a little bit.
There you go. We'll accept it.
And by the way, both of you gentlemen for coming on the show tonight, you have won yourself a I didn't know that mug. So make sure you email your address, your shipping address, so we can get those mugs out to you as a thank you for coming on the show. There you have it, Mark.
Love it.
Mark showing that, so that's great. And I would like to one last time remind everybody.
Where'd he go?
Take it away, Susie.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks,
All right.
everybody.
He just disqualified himself. What happened?
I don't know. How about that?
I put a video here. I did this before. Can I put a video in the stream? Can you guys activate that? We'll show you what happens when this goes on in our show.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Is that in
What happens when
brand?
Mark disappears?
Where is it? How can I activate your video? Oh,
I don't know. I just put
add
it
to
in
stream. Here we go.
There he is. Oh.
That's awesome.
So,
I love it.
little shout out on loop for when that happens. And it happens literally every week, so it's no big deal.
I missed all that because I was talking and poof, I was gone.
It was amazing.
Welcome back.
So
It's like all our dreams are coming true, all in one show.
You guys, this is a lot of fun. I'll say this, and I said this to Mike when we first started talking, is that it's very common for air guitar to be the butt of a lot of talk shows, jokes, or other places that we go and hang out. It was really cool to be part of a program where you guys really wanted to be involved and have fun with us. So from US Air Guitar to you guys, I just want to say this is a whole special place for us for sure, and we appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. It was a lot of fun. It was great to see. I was really excited to see what it was really all about because I've heard of it, but I've never been around a television when it was happening. So it was really cool to see it for real, and we'll see it at the 2021 U.S. Air Guitar Championships. Midwest, Saturday, April 24th. Southern, Sunday, May 1st. Western, Saturday, May 15th. And Eastern, Saturday, May 2-2. I would read the bottom thing, but there is the banner there. But the banner stuff is important. So usairguitar.com.
And Bob, I want to just add, it's what you can't see, which I can barely see, is twitch.tv/US Air Guitar.
Yeah, US Air Guitar. And Facebook.com/US Air Guitar. So make sure you guys go like and follow those pages.
Yep. And I'm speaking for all of us. I'm sure you guys are welcome back on the show anytime you want. You guys are awesome. Can always have you guys on. So thank you very much for your time. And are you both in the competition?
No. Yes. Kind of.
Kind of. I mean, Hypes is our host, which is amazing. So he'll be hosting all the online regionals, and I actually help organize and produce the shows. So we're both kind of involved. What's that?
He's our Mike.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent.
So that's why I was laughing every time you disappeared. I was like, oh man, that happens to us every week.
Yep.
That's
All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you very much, and make sure you send me your addresses so you can get your courtesy mug for enduring us for the time that you did.
Oh, this was a joy, man. No endurance needed. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you so much for having us.
Yep. Thanks for
Good
coming.
to see you. Well,
Thanks.
maybe on our way out, usually I have some theme music I usually play, but maybe I'll play that song that implores me to join.
Everybody, especially Mark.
Yeah.
Only with Mark's still picture, though.
Oh, and here we go. Brian, great job. Freebird. That's awesome. Freebird.
We'll be here for 12 minutes.
Fun fact with Freebird is that's how we end every air guitar show, is that we play Freebird and everyone in the show is invited to be on stage. We put 100 people on a stage before.
That's amazing.
All 9.5 minutes of it.
That's great. And you guys are real and you're spectacular. It's all I can say.
The problem with doing that now, thanks to Facebook's new algorithm for identifying copyrighted music, is that we would our whole thing would shut down in about 2.2 seconds.
That's true.
Yep.
But someday we'll figure out how to do that. So
All right,
let's go around
Bob.
the room real quick before we leave. Professor, what did you learn today? What didn't you know before today's broadcast?
I didn't know there was a championship for this air guitar thing in Finland. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad these guys were able to come on. And I will say, even though I'm a tough judge, I do give extra points for drinking wine on the show. So next time you come back, we'll have to see.
Bob, I always thought the Russians drank vodka. I didn't know they drank wine too.
I wasn't the Russian judge, clearly.
No, but Jared
I was the Canadian judge. It's
Jared,
obvious.
I thought you were the Swedish judge. Okay, Bob. All right.
So, and Miss Susie, what did you learn today?
Well, I didn't know that there was a passion for air guitar, so I'm excited to learn more about them and watch their shows.
Awesome. And Mark Seibert, what didn't you know that you know today?
The championship. I didn't know it existed. And what's the other thing I didn't know? The scoring. I didn't know the scoring. So I learned, and I learned that I score awfully low. So I feel bad about it. I feel very depressed right now.
Every panel's got one, Mark. Don't feel bad.
That's
Okay.
right.
It's true.
And Mike Stoffer.
Well, I learned that Miss Susie's sisters have a shopping problem. When she was talking about pausing before purchasing, they were all talking about buying Birkenstock shoes while she was talking about pausing while purchasing. So that is what I learned this evening. I would say that I learned a lot about U.S. air guitar, and these guys are great. But I learned all that Thursday last week when we spoke, and they just lived up to how they were on Thursday. So thank you, guys. And I also learned that wine just always tastes the same to me, no matter what it is, Jared. Somebody has to be the someone has to be the Russian with the wine when it comes to the wine. So thank you, everybody.
There was a study done real quick that they put like the most expensive wine, possible that everybody was, snobby about, next to like $2 Chuck, and like over 60% of the people picked $2 Chuck. It's all your taste buds, your head, whatever it is.
Now, those are fighting words, I think, for for
Russian.
Jared, for the Russian truck.
I'll send the Russian judge this. It was fascinating to read because
no.
that whole process.
I revoke
my
my first score.
Don't make him more upset.
Yeah, that's right.
We dropped the lowest and highest scores anyway, so it's fine.
As we say, go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't get to say what I learned, which is I didn't realize that it would upset Miss Susie if I opened a bottle of wine, smelled it, spun it around in my glass while she was talking. Well, I was totally paying attention. So, I apologize. It's always my drinks getting me in trouble. It's either clinking glasses or whatever.
You were pausing in between.
I was pausing. Yeah. Absolutely. I had learned that.
Yeah.
So, Lieutenant and Hypes, what did you guys learn from being on the show today?
I again wanted to appreciate this, echoing Face Melter, aka he got all Nordic. I agree. It was really lovely to see you be accepting of this, and it is as fun and ridiculous and stupid and wonderful as it is and sounds, but it's great. We miss the community. We've had to do all these things online. We normally have a season, and we travel to different cities and compete and be a part of that community. So it's great. The best we're doing right now is online, similar to this. But it's kind of an interesting positive side effect of COVID because it forced us to do this. But outside of that, I did learn the power of the pause. Thank you, Miss Susie. I learned that True Grit is Chewy. And I learned that Karaoke Bob is going to compete in the South. That's what I learned.
All right. And Lieutenant Face Melter, what do you got to finish us up?
That's tough to
Finish
follow,
him.
Hypes. Yeah, I mean, I got one private message that said, you better talk Karaoke Bob out of using finish him. I think there's a lot of popularity with that name that people want to
They're already clamoring. You're like, oh, I've got to be finish him. I've got to be finish him.
I mean, it's a good one. I mean, Karaoke Bob, Karaoke Boob, finish him. They're all great names. I learned personally that you're a natural at this, and I'd be very disappointed to not see you on stage.
Right.
I learned that you guys, just by taking a look at this show beforehand, like that you guys interview a lot of really interesting people. And I'm glad I got to spend time today with Miss Susie and the Paws and the wine professor and his chewy wine and otherwise giving us good advice. But I unfortunately sit in Mike's camp of I'm really bad at wine. Like it's red and it's white and I know that, and that's about it.
Way to go, Face Melter 6.0 again for Face Melter.
I'm always willing to try and learn, but I know my taste buds aren't sophisticated enough for it. What can I say? And then finally, I learned that Mark has one of the best freeze frame pictures I've ever seen. So
Yes.
I'd really like to get that one more time for my personal records.
I've paused a lot tonight. A lot.
Yeah.
It's really one of the best. Well, it's been an honor to be that. I will put my minute together. But
I'm waiting for it.
The pause. There's the pause.
That's the power of the pause.
I'll put my minute together. But at some point, if you guys ever need an air drummer for your things, that's really where I shine almost as much as, because I'm not a real guitar player, but I love drummer faces. I love tossing fake sticks.
Oh yeah,
it's the best.
So we do like openers for an event, right? For a competition, we'll do openers and a halftime show, and both we have an air band. So you're in.
Perfect. All right.
But,
Well,
all right,
guys,
Bob, I'm tired.
Oh yeah. All right.
I got to go to bed. It's very late.
Oh. Yeah.
Turn that up.
Jesus, that's loud. Well, everybody, we'll close with this song that was written to implore me to do one of these competitions. Hype, Lieutenant Face Melter, thank you for being here. Mark Seibert, good to see you. Wine Professor, good to see you. Miss Susie, great job again. Mike, love you as always. Everybody else, we'll see you back here next week for another edition of I Didn't Know That right here on Facebook.
what is happening?
Like and share. We'll see you back here next week, everybody.